Live, there we go. Yep. Oh, how we doing, everybody? Late to the party. Okay. Let me close this. All right. How we doing? Let me turn on some tunes. Musica, musica, musica makes the world go round. So we need to turn on some tunes. How about a just general, play a little dramatic. Oh, that's loud. Too loud. Too loud. All right, cool. So, hold on here. Let me pull up the chat board. And then we can get going with everything here. So let's go to this little section. Okay. And all right, hanging in there. So everybody good? Everybody good? And good to see you guys. Matthew Swin, completely lost track of time. So, might be late start, early finish. We'll see how this goes. So how are y'all doing? How's everybody? Everybody kicking butt? Taking names? Let's see what we got going on. Any stories? Anybody get anything going on? Anything unique in the bar you want to talk about? So, no agenda, just kind of an open format, Q&A. Yeah, so what's going on? What's new out there? Not a whole lot. Just trucking along here. Busy, busy, busy. Hopefully you're staying safe and healthy. No sicknesses or viruses, nasty things coming at you. A little bit of flu season. Obviously a little bit of the COVID-19 shit flying around, scaring everybody. But he's all good, right? A little shot of whiskey, make it all better. Anyway, let's see here. Okay. Sweet. Oh no. I think I lost Shake because I started a little late. He wasn't gonna make it through. So we will just kind of play it by ear. I won't be able to have, I'm on a no pay leave right now due to coronavirus. Matthew Sewin. Eat cheese. Do you stream on Twitch? I do not. I do not. Shake, my man, hanging out. Sorry for the late start, Shake. Totally not paying attention to what time it was. That sucks, Matthew. I don't know if you bartend before or have you just been coming to bartending now that you're on a no pay vacation or a no pay leave because of that. F&B industry just take a big hit. Yeah, for sure. Food and bev, susceptible to that stuff. Yeah, this is a unique situation. Definitely out of the ordinary. Matt Strong by MS. Are you going to Bartender's Weekend in SD? Made Strong. Sorry, I said Matt. Made Strong by MS. I am not. Well, maybe. I don't know. Not sure when it is. I actually moved back to Oregon, so I'm back. I'm up in Oregon now. I mean, I'm not in San Diego anymore. Although it could be something cool to go check out. Let's see, when is that? Let's see, Bartenders Weekend in San Diego. So what we got? March 24th. Okay, 22nd to the 24th. 2020. Might be. Who knows? Maybe you'll make it down there. It'd be cool to go do like an episode about that, right? Let me check it out. What do you consider when they offer a job as bartender in a soon to open restaurant? Says Ivan Aviles. What do you consider? Hopefully it's going to be a busy place. What's sort of the theme and the direction or style of the establishment? Is it something that everybody thinks in the area will be cool and will go to a lot? Or is it just something that seems way off base? Which could be a good thing. If it's completely different, then generally that's not something that's usually going to work if it's completely different, but at the same time it could and just go gangbusters and really big. So who knows? Experience of the owners and management. Have these guys ran a restaurant or a business before? Likewise, what's the plan? Is it like a one-off thing? Are they going to open multiples? That's a really hard question to answer. You got to do some homework. Do they have other locations? Is this the first one, or is this a chain? Are there other ones? How do those ones do? What do those people say about working for the company? I would try to do some background information hunting research about the company or the brand as much as you can. That's what I would recommend for you, Ivan. Eat Cheese says, do you have any tips on how not to be nervous when bartending for the first time? Unfortunately not. Eat cheese, there's no way around that. That's just something that we all have to deal with, that we're all susceptible to, and is nobody that's a bartender wasn't nervous on their first day. So just realize it's normal and it's okay, and that you're gonna be feeling those butterflies, but that's totally cool. And you're gonna realize that you get through it, you're like, hey, that was not a big deal. Not a big deal. So no worries at all. Turn Snocko. What up, buddy? How are you? Good to see you. Cheers, Shakahita. Good to see you. Yeah. So, Turner said, just started a second job at a tequila bar. Ooh, my kind of place. Nice. I love tequila. They say it's the only alcohol whose buzz is a stimulant. I don't know how that works, where they say it's like a stimulating high. So, I don't know. Who knows? But it's delicious. Love me some tequila. You have to start bringing in some favorites that you find when you start working there. Matthew Sewin says, have you considered, I'm assuming, to work in the wine industry? Not beyond being a bartender, no. Because, I mean, outside of restaurant service industry or, like working as a bartender in a wine bar, you basically have that, or you can like work at a winery, or if you want to work in the vineyards and the production side of it, but that's kind of a different thing. Otherwise, you got like a sommelier, however you want to say that. I've heard people say sommelier, I've heard people say sommelier. Yeah, wine sommeliers. So they are, or sommelier. My French is terrible. The experts of the wine world, and it's something that you really gotta love and I think there's a skill to it as well. Obviously, your palate can be trained and you can learn that stuff, but it's definitely got to be an interest in the first place. That's a whole lifestyle for sure that you either love or you don't. And I like wine, but I never would have gone that route. Even though you can make a really good career, it's really difficult to get to your levels and credentials in that profession. But once you do, you have a lot of options for you. You would definitely be earning a better living than just your general average bartender for sure. But it's also a whole hell of a lot more work to get there. So me, it was never more than just a fun gig that was great for my schedule. So I never thought of it as like a real serious career. You know, and I guess I always knew that I wasn't gonna be in bartending for like a lifetime career. So I still get to touch it with you guys on this channel, but who knows if I'll ever go back to actually bartending since I left the bar a year ago. But not to worry, like I said, I will be making these videos for a while for you guys, so I get a whole bunch of stuff coming out soon. But yeah, I would say if you're into that thing, Matthew, that you should definitely give it a try. Okay, how we doing? Pretty slow this evening, so we might just call it a short one. If you guys are hanging out, you're watching, and you have a question that you want to throw out, please do so. Otherwise, we're going to shut this bitch down and let you all go do some other things. Yeah. Looking forward to open a bar in Oregon. Possibly, Matthew, possibly. I've had a few people come approach me about that, and I have my ideas about how it would be a really fun place and would know exactly what I would do. Not in the cards at this very moment, but I won't say never, because it is something that just is a possibility in the back of my mind. So, yeah, that's what's good right now. Okay. Remember to follow on all the social media channels, mostly just here in Instagram, at Bartending Pro. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. We do these live streams every Tuesday, usually at 6:30 standard time, or I guess right now, yeah, standard time. But started a little late today, so I do apologize. I know we dropped a lot of people when I didn't start on time because I wasn't paying attention. So sorry to all of y'all who missed out on this one. Eat cheese. Did you stop bartending entirely, or are you just taking a break? Just taking a break at the moment. Everything's always taking a break when you're not doing it. Never say never, because you never know. But yeah, I moved into the cannabis industry. So I'm the marketing and digital director of marketing for a cannabis company up here in Oregon that some good friends of mine started a while back. So if you guys are up in Oregon, look for a brand called Tokyo Starfish, which is a really random long story as to why it's called that. But yeah, it's in a new direction that I was interested in just in general. So it popped up with some really good friends of mine that I've known for a really long time. So I had to take the opportunity. But who knows? Bartending's always there. I'll always have, you know, 16, I gotta count, I gotta look at my resume, 16, 17 years of experience that I did it for. So I'll always be able to go back to it if I want to. You know, God forbid, who knows what fucking happens. It's always a in demand or a skill set that you can get a job, I should say, almost anywhere. So who knows if I'll go back. But at the moment, this is what I'm doing. Working in this new industry. And then shortly here, focusing on some new content for you guys for this channel. Cool. If you're going to open a bar, please notice us. Of course, Matthew, of course. I would actually I would come to you guys first. Like, if anybody's in Oregon, you want to come work for me, send me your resume. Did you ever get burned? Val R. Did you ever get burned out? Oh, burned out from working at different bars. Yes, absolutely, right? And that's kind of ultimately the reason why I left. And I don't get to talk about this a lot because a lot of you guys are very much coming to this brand new and you want to just learn the basics and get started and start working. But there is, like any job, it has its serious challenges, or like any job has its challenges. And the thing with bartending is that you're working around alcohol and booze, and that's your job, obviously. And when you do that, you're also interacting with people that oftentimes have substance abuse problems with alcohol, aka you're dealing with a lot of drunks all the time. So that gets really challenging, or for me that got extremely challenging after a while. The kind of infighting that can happen in an establishment between employees can be a little bit just challenging at times. But really, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right? It's like fortunate problems to have for the most part. So yeah, for me, that was kind of the things that burnt me out the most. There's other little things, obviously, here and there, but those were the main ones that were challenging for me a little bit, Val. And it's something that you don't have to worry about because it's not something that I noticed for a very long time. So you can do this stuff and who knows, you know, maybe you just dovetail right in with that situation and it's all good. But and I think it's a little bit easier when you're younger and you're a little more just accommodating and just more fervent in your energy to be around anybody at any time for any reason. And so it's why it's another reason why it's a really fun, good young person job. Because as we get a little bit older, we get a little more set in our ways and in our ideals about how we like to live our life and the types of people we like to surround ourselves with and so on and so forth. So I know I'm really selling you guys on it, but it's, like I said, fortunate problems, and it's something that you probably won't even notice for 5 or 10 years. And by then you'll have it figured out and you'll be able to point yourself in any direction you want in the industry if you stay in it that long. So for me, that's my personal challenges. So thank you for that question, Val. Turns Naco X, what's your favorite tequila and mezcal? More of a whiskey guy myself, but I don't discriminate against the booze. Shake says his girl likes Don Julio Blanco. I love the Don Julio labels. All their stuff's pretty damn good. Then Shake says, not much of a bartending. Oh, not much, just got a bartending job at the local brewery alley. And got back from, oh, sorry, you guys are going back and forth. Hey, pay attention there, Jay. The other ones that I really like is there's a Herradura. There's anything that's like a nice tequila I like. In your bar, you're probably going to have, did you say it's like an actual tequila bar? Yeah. So you're going to have probably hundreds of different styles of tequilas. And I always like any of the nice añejos, obviously, or extra añejos for sipping tequilas, and then nice reposados to put into margaritas or cocktails. As I was going to say, though, that Herradura has this label. It's called Double Barrel. I think I've told you guys about it before. This double barrel reposado from Herradura, and they take their regular reposado and they put it, which means it's been aged from 2 to 6 months, and then they'll age it a second time in brand new whiskey barrels. because the first aging barrels, like usually companies will use barrels a successive period of times or sometimes many times before they get rid of them, or usually what they'll do is they'll sell them to somebody else who wants them because they've been used and they're not going to have this like tequila flavor in it and all this kind of fancy shit. So barrels don't ever like kind of just live and die. Like they get used and then sold to somebody else and then used and sold to somebody else. So anyway, they'll take this first regular, you know, reposado that they make, that's the regular just Herradura reposado, and they'll age it for a second time in brand new whiskey barrels. So when they're brand new, the flavors and the colors from the oak of the barrels is much more intense. And so you get this real dark and very oaky, you know, you can really taste the wood. And man, is it fucking delicious. It's, you know, top shelf, not like super premium top shelf, but it's like a top shelf price tequila. And honestly, we had, you know, Casa Dragonis and all this, you know, crazy Patron Roca and all their super high-end shit. And that Herradura double barrel was my favorite tequila. Good for sipping. It's a little too flavorful to put in a margarita, in my opinion, because it comes through too much. But anyway, yeah, that's a good one. Turn. Cool. Right on. All right, dudes. We're going to wrap it up. A little slow night tonight. That's my fault. I started late. I do apologize. Yeah, I'm not going to leave you with anything other than that. Got some stuff in the works, but I'm not going to. I'll just leave it that's it for this one. Make sure you follow on all the social media at Bartending Pro. We'll see you next Tuesday, 6:30. I'll be on time, 6:30. Here on the same site, great channel. What do you got here, Shake? Jose Cuervo Tradicional is pretty good. Not bad. Even as much as I make fun of Jose Cuervo, that tequila is their first level of consumable tequila, in my opinion. So the Tradicional is pretty good. And then you get their La Familia, which is really good. So that's another great Cuervo label. Who should I ask for? You can mail it to support. Gotcha, Shake. So anyway, yes, thank you, Shake, for moderating. We'll see you guys next week. Get out there, kick some ass. Remember, there's no better time to look for a job than right now. Don't wait for the point that you think you're ready because you've studied and all that, you know, practicing and whatnot is great. But just get out there, start knocking on doors because you never know when you're going to get a chance. I started bartending my first day, had never practiced or studied or done anything. Just walked in completely not knowing shit. And you just get thrown in the deep end and you figure it out because it's not that difficult. The hardest part about getting this first bartending job is just getting out there and pounding the pavement. Just go knock on doors, follow up people, and make it happen. All right, you guys, have a great week. Thanks, Turn. Thanks, Shake. I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Cheers.